I'm Julie Peterson. I'm a junior, and I'm a theater major with a concentration in musical theater, and I'm playing Alonsa in The Tempest.
And my name is Megan Fitzwater. I am also a junior, also musical theater concentration, and I'm also a marketing major, and I am playing Gonzala in The Tempest.
It was interesting because, when this was written, and in that time period, it would never, those characters never would be female.
Yes.
Yeah. For instance, like Alonsa, she's supposed to be a queen, and her brother, Sebastian, is technically below her. He's a prince, but that would never be the case in that time period. There would never be a woman above a man, so that was interesting.
My character, Gonzala, formerly known as Gonzalo, male form, because it is like now being a woman's role and everything, it sort of changes certain parts of the script. Is like he in the script is described as like very old and very wise and everything, but in the context of like what was considered old at the time for a woman, it would have been slightly different, but also in terms of a woman's role at the time, which is considered like a sort of counselor or comforter to somebody like a queen, which is at the highest elevation of level, would be considered more of like a head sort of ladies in waiting, instead of the very traditional role of like this like elderly counselor sort of. So it kind of like played off both, but I feel like also made Gonzala a little younger than how it is written in the script. Not that she's young by any means, but she's not this like 90-year-old man just like working his way with a cane around the stage. So
for Alonso, it was also interesting to change because originally it's Alonso, the father and son relationship with Ferdinand, to mother and son. So that was definitely something I thought about.
I think it's girl
I like
power.
it. Yeah, I feel a little powerful when I do it.
It makes the dynamic between, because of all of the royal scenes are the two of us, and then along with Sebastian and Antonio. And so it does make it a bit more of this like girl versus guy like rivalry, which you would
it's always kind of us versus them, which would never have been the case. So.
Yeah, but even the characters, I mean, they're constantly like making fun of us and prying at us, and like the way my character is always reacting is like trying to comfort you and to basically be like, hey boys, you're being stupid, stop it, but It definitely does add a different dynamic to the relationship with those two, I feel
It's definitely turned into a little bit of, like, the battle of the sexes.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, and, like, playing off of each other, and because the boys their characters are written with much more, like, comedic timing and just have a lot more of that, I think it brings back more of this, like, feminine, like, stern, like, sometimes I don't have to say anything to get my point across, sort of. Yeah.
I agree with that.
Which I think is, like, fun to play into, you know?
It's definitely fun. It's definitely empowering to take a role that was originally male and all of a sudden have, like, the kings be the queens and the he's be the she's.
And to give such a powerful role to females.
Yeah. I think our characters are, like, BFFs.
We're
pretty
definitely
close.
like the BFFs of, like,
of the show. Yeah.
Yeah, because the two boys are like their BFFs, and then we're BFFs with it. But you're just in mourning for most of the show.
I'm really upset about my son, and you're always there for me. You're always trying to comfort me.
Yes.
One of my favorite lines is you say something along the lines of "It's foul weather when you are cloudy."
Oh, it is foul weather to saw my queen when you are cloudy.
And I think that's so nice. Like that, and that's right after they're mean to me. So I just always think that's really nice.
And it's always they'll be like, the fault's your own that your son's dead or something, and I'll be like,
no, it's not.
Exactly.
It's fine.
I'm like, you rub the sore when you should bring the plaster. Like, stop being a jerk, Sebastian. Yeah. But like, are you all right?
I'm good. And I think Alonsa definitely cares about Gonzala. Like, she has her back.
Yeah, and it's definitely
she doesn't
vice versa.
She doesn't like when Antonio and Sebastian are like mocking Gonzala.
Yeah.
So.
And I think even when Alonsa does something that Gonzala doesn't necessarily condone, like sending Prospero to the island and being a part of all of that, like, there's still a very, very strong allegiance to it. Even if I don't completely, like, condone something you've done, like, my loyalty is always to you, you know?
So I think we're very close, like, on a personal level.